French Open title holder. He was only 17 years of age, playing on this phenomenally slow clay court. Many people thought that Michael Chang lay claim for a place. But Tom Gullickson, I promise not to get that wrong again, said that he really wanted to keep favour with the players that had fought so hard to get the United States through to this final. Now, the much talked about attire of Pete Sampras. Some people think he'd be better suited on a beach. I personally like it. As you can see, the stadium here not quite full. I'm sure we'll see that fill up as the match progresses. Intriguing tie this to forecast. I really think a lot will rest on the young shoulders of Yevgeny Kafelnikov. If Russia are to do anything in this tie, crucial that Kafelnikov can win his 2 singles matches. So the players just putting the final touches to their warm-up. Pete Sampras should win this match to give America a winning lead, but you can never write off Andrei Chesnokov with his Davis Cup experience, playing at home on clay, fresh with the memory of that incredible match against Michael Steek. It should be an intriguing encounter. Stay with us for this opening rubber. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Pete Sampras it is that won the toss. He elected to serve, so he will get the 1995 NEC Davis Cup final underway. Quite amazing body language has Andrei Chesnokov, particularly on the return of serve. You just watch him, he virtually stands motionless, waiting to receive. And with serving like that, you'd be best advised to start moving around a little bit. Sampras, one of the greatest servers the game's seen. Straight away that this court really has got the makings of producing some very long matches. It really is a very slow surface here in Moscow. Chesnokov just double checking the call. Look at that, standing virtually completely still. It's a very comfortable start for the Americans. Pete Sampras, I'm sure, happy to get off to a flyer, winning a love game. So it's United States with a 1-love lead in this opening set. We'll be back after the short commercial break. We're back at the Olympic Stadium in Moscow. Pete Sampras coming out. Comfortable service game, leading 1-love in this first set of the opening rubber. These two have only played once before. back in '94. Last year in Rome on the clay in the last 16. Sampras winning in 2 sets, 7-6, 6-3. Well, if that's something to go by, tactics pretty clear from Sampras. He's not going to stand back behind the baseline and rally with Chesnokov. He's going to look for the early ball. He's going to look to dominate. See if he does it again here. Yeah, he's standing inside the baseline, looking for the early return. Could take him a while to get used to that, of course. Playing on the hard, faster surfaces before the indoor tournaments. It's not often that you play any matches of this importance indoors on a clay court. So it might take him a while to find his timing, like that. Certainly a little bit late on it, leaning back off his back foot, losing control of the forehand for once. So honours even, pretty comfortable service game for the Russians to level it at 1 game all here in this opening set. I mentioned huge occasion, inevitably huge occasion for the Russians looking for their first ever win. But the United States eager to stamp their authority in the world of tennis again, having not won this title since 1992. I'm sure we'll see a lot of emotion dripping in the next 3 days. Well, I think you can tell who the home side are. Longest rally in the match by far, and only 1 shot hit inside the service line, and that obviously a drop shot. Great length from both men. Pete Sampras, the first to lose his patience, tried something different and paid the price. Really is a good return. It's a great kicker serve going out wide for the double-hander of Chesnokov. Sampras expecting it cross-court and left flat-footed as he thumped it down the line. Well, Andrea Chesnokov just having a little look at Sampras there. I think even he's surprised at how Pete Sampras is going for broke off his forehand so early on in the match on such a slow court. And he's rewarded with 3 break points. He's persisting with the tactic, running around his backhand to thump his forehand. That's 1 saved. serve and volley on the speed of this court. I would imagine that Pete Sampras will only do it to use the element of surprise. He certainly won't make a habit of it, of that I'm sure. So an unlucky let call brings up the first double fault of the match and the first break of the serve in the match, and it goes to the Russians. First blood, Andrea Chesnokov. Much to the delight of a crowd that is starting to swell. Chesnokov and Russia it is, 2-1, opening set. We'll be right back. 2-1 with a break, opening set. Well, this really is an encouraging start for the Muscovite. Look how high this ball was when he hit it. Up around shoulder height. Dead straight for a clean winner down the line. Sure, this will be the pattern in the match. Pete Sampras is looking to dominate the play at all times. He certainly used the whole court in that rally. Andrea Chesnokov quite happy to exchange shots just to see how the match is going to unfold. The crowd whistling about a line call there. No overall though, and the beauty of playing on clay is that every time the ball bounces it leaves a mark. So either player is quite entitled to ask the chair umpire to have a look at a mark if they think a wrong call has been made. First ace of the match, and that on a second serve. Pretty simple service action as Chesnokov. It's his first serve pretty flat. The second serve's got a lot of topspin on it, making the ball kick up high. quite what that means. Russia now confirming the break and lead 3-1 opening set. There's a lot of tension in that face. Despite his 29 years and enormous Davis Cup experience, he looks totally keyed up for this match, as you would expect. And again, the serve volley tactic, the most delicate of touch. Most players in unison saying this man has every shot in the book. It looks as though he has made a decision to go all out for the attack, trying to keep the rallies as short as possible. The chair umpire, Wayne McEwen from Australia, just checking the call. First serve, the let being played. So another love game for Pete Sampras and the United States. And they're sitting alongside Andrei Chesnokov, the Russian captain, Anatoly Lepeshin, who is the coach to Yevgeny Kafelnikov, captain for the first time this year for the Russian side. Worked very hard for Kafelnikov, the brightest star that Russian tennis has seen surely since Alex Metrovelli. Replay of a point in the last game. This is a good chance to see the technique of both players. Chesnokov, very manufactured technique, very stiff. Just getting it wrong there off his back foot. Total contrast, this man. Fluency in every single stroke. Makes the game look so easy. Tim Gullickson sitting alongside is the American captain. So Andrei Chesnokov. 3-2 with a break, opening set. good angle when the camera comes down low like that. You see how close to the lines Pete Sampras goes for his shots, keeping up the pressure the whole time. So 2 break-back points for the United States. There is the break. Fine play from Pete Sampras, choosing his shots to perfection. Everyone measured to the square inch. He's certainly finding his range now, particularly off the forehand side, which is causing a lot of damage. It's an interesting battle of the 2 backhands. The double-hander from Chesnokov against the single-hander from Sampras. Always an interesting battle, with the double-hander constantly hitting topspin and the single-hander having to decide whether to use slice or topspin themselves. It's a great pick-up on the half volley from the return from Pete Sampras there, but setting up, of course, the chance for Chesnokov to go on the attack. That's the problem for the serve and volleyer on such a slow court. The receiver has more time to pinpoint the returner serve. And that was a poor first volley from Pete Sampras. The return miss-hit from Chesnokov. And instead of Pete Sampras closing the net down for the put-away, he let it drop. And immediately after breaking back, finds himself in trouble again. So with just solid tennis, Russia find themselves with 3 further break points. So another unforced error from Pete Sampras' forehand. Russia get the break of serve, the second time that Sampras has lost his serve this set, and that doesn't happen very often, I can assure you. Just watch it again here. This unforced error off the forehand side. It's a good loopy topspin reply. There's one topspin, one slice from Sampras. Chesnokov changes direction. Watch Sampras here, just rocks up and backwards, losing his balance and control to put it in the net. So Russia it is again in the ascendancy. They have a break, 4-3 opening set. Sure, Andrei Chesnokov, as we welcome you back to the Olympic Stadium here in Moscow, is surprised at the start from Pete Sampras, littered with errors, but also danger signs when he turns it on. Serving with new balls, the breaker serve 4-3. Notice there the way he just constantly has a little peep at Sampras, just looking for signs of body language with the unforced errors, just to see if Pete Sampras is looking a little strained. Players do that a lot at this level. They need all the encouragement they can get, especially with such an enormous void in the rankings between these two players. Looking for any body language from this man. He's not likely to find it. Pete Sampras could be one of the best poker players in the world. Seems undecided though off his backhand side, Pete Sampras, as to whether or not to play topspin or slice, and in which order. Just looks a little bit tentative off that wing at this stage. How often you see an ace followed by a double fault, even at this level. Yeah, I think Andrei Chesnokov is going to want to have a look at this mark. Clearly thinking the ball took some part of the line. Walks up, sees it is wide though. Says the call's good. He's quite happy to serve a second serve. And it saved Wayne McEwen getting out of his chair. Again, the unforced error from the loopy double-handed topspin backhand. That's the forehand of Pistol Pete. So Chesnokov and Russia now one game from securing the opening set in this, the 1995 Davis Cup final. certainly look happy with proceedings at this stage. Pete Sampras again under pressure on his service game. That's in. Very positive move forwards by Chesnokov. Saw the backhand topspin from Sampras had dropped a bit short. Here, near the serve, or inside the service line, and well inside the baseline, to set up set point for Russia in the opening set. That's well played, Pete Sampras. Chesnokov can expect that. You're not number one in the world for no reason. When the pressure's really on, Pete Sampras will be looking to raise the level of his game. Set point number 2. First blood, Russia. They take the opening set 6-3. So as you see there, confirmation of the opening set for Russia, 6-3. Andrei Chesnokov playing well above his form of this year. For the last 6 years, Chesnokov has always been ranked at the end of the year no lower than 32 in the world. And it's this sort of unforced error play from Pete Sampras that has seen Chesnokov get off to a better start. But now ranked about 90 in the world, Chesnokov, his lowest ranking for 6 years. And that mainly due to a horrendous year by his standards. He's lost in the first round no fewer than 12 times. Andrei Chesnokov this year, and only one semi-final appearance on the tour, that here in Russia at St. Petersburg. He seems to be saving his best tennis for Davis Cup duty. won both his singles matches in the first round win against Belgium. He didn't play against South Africa, and then of course, as I've mentioned previously, wonderful win against Eek in the semi-final, securing a place in this year's final. Just wide, the crowd getting excited, but the ball clearly wide. Yes, score changed on the caption. Again, indecision from the world's number one. He really is at sea at the moment with his tactics. He's not quite sure how to handle this loopy topspin backhand. I'm sure he'd be working it out though. His eyes full of concentration. The story of the first set, as far as Pete Sampras was concerned, was when he was attacking, when he was prepared to move forward, serve and volley a little bit, chip and charge as we saw there, coming off quality, he scored most of his points in that vein, and I'm sure we'll see an increased amount of points played in that way. Just got to wait for the short ball to get in though. Again, from that angle, a fine view of the problem he faces. You sensed he was looking to come in. He wanted to increase the pressure. But Chesnokov's length, quite superb. The court's so slow, you've got to be very sure of the quality of the approach shot. That's how quick he is to seize any opportunity. Ball just on the service line and dispatched for a winner. Chesnokov will know that. He'll feel that, and that's pressure. Could lead to some unforced errors from the Russian. That's clever play from Pete Sampras. Changed the pace in the rally. Played the loopy topspin himself, then opened up on the forehand. And eventually finding his way to the net. Break point, United States. Certainly breathing a little heavier, is Andrei Chesnokov. And that's good play again. Second break point. Pete Sampras just showing where the ball landed, and it's he that gets the first break in this, the second set. 1-love, he leads. And for those of you out there who complain of not seeing enough rallies in men's tennis, we're certainly seeing plenty of them today. That is the 5th break of serve in 10 games. It's not often you see that on the ATP Tour. But it's certainly making for some exciting rallies. Here a slow-mo at the final point. You might be able to see how close this was to the line. It's pretty close, but wide. And Pete Sampras, I'm sure, happier with his form in that game. Mixed up the tactics well to get the break. And their confirmation, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Olympic Stadium here in Moscow. We're here for the 1995 Davis Cup final. Andrei Chesnokov in picture there for Russia has secured the opening set, 6-3 against the world's #1, Pete Sampras. But it's Pete Sampras with an early break, 1-love, second set. And Todd Martin at the screen, I don't know whether you noticed that, on the American bench, standing to applaud that shot. This, not easy, well below the level of the net, drags the racket head backwards, opening up the wrist to play the most beautiful stop volley. I think that's the first unforced error that Andrei Chesnokov's made since the very beginning of the first set. Totally stationary on the return. Very unusual, that technique. Waiting for the ball to go up out of the server's hand and then just moving when the serve is hit to the relevant side. So despite losing his serve a couple of times, Pete Sampras, that's the 3rd love game he's held, and it secures the break. Although, no, I think Pete Sampras has said the call was incorrect. And we're playing a let. 40 love, first serve. There wasn't a lot wrong with the approach. It was just a superb pass. The pace doesn't give much away either. And that by far the biggest serve of the match to date. And it takes the States into a 2-games-to-love lead here in the second set. Interesting clapping devices around this Olympic stadium. See people holding them up. I'm not sure what they are or what they're made of, but they're certainly making a noise. With shots like that, we'll hear a few more. Third ace for Andrea Chesnokov. So an important game to win for Russia. They trail now by 2-games-to-1 here in this second set. And Anatoly Lepeshin, the Russian captain, working very hard to keep Chesnokov totally motivated. I'm sure as this match unfolds, Chesnokov's belief as to whether or not he can win this match will be surely tested. Stay with us to see if he does believe. We'll be right back. United States 2-1 with a break, the second set. Mobile phone going off in the crowd. It's quite a late call, but it was the right one. And clever use of the variation of pace from Sampras in that point. And again, it produces the unforced error from Chesnokov. This just unsettles him. He's not sure whether Pete Sampras is going to unleash that big forehand. He's just maybe taking his eye off the ball as Chesnokov as he prepares. No doubt about that one. sure that mark will be looked at. It looked long from here. Very, very close. Second serve, says Wayne McEwen. Sampras having a little look at the court there. It's something Chesnokov wants to try to do, drag his opponent out wide. Sampras, not the best slider in the world on clay, a skill you obviously need for the surface, and that will unsettle him. Twitching his shoulders and scratching his back. Just wonder whether or not having to serve so hard and getting little change out of this slow court. 2 aces for Pete Sampras, not many by his standards. It's just putting extra strain on his back. The reason players do that, knocking the racket on the shoe, just to knock the clay out of the grip of the shoe. Just to ensure good grip. There he is again. Whether it's the attire that's causing him problems, he's certainly adjusting himself. So it's a good game for Pete Sampras. 3-1 he now leads in this second set. Russia though, first blood, a set up. We'll be back after this short break. One 1-3 Chesnokov, second set. Super picture of the Davis Cup trophy, first played for in the year 1900. So real trouble now for Russia. A breakdown already in this set. Love 30 here. Held his head to one side there to Pete Sampras. Wasn't a bad idea, but he knows it was a dangerous one. It's such a crucial stage. Set down 15-30 for a double break chance if he was to break. It was a poor choice. So here is break point for that double break. Long. I think the crowd called that as well as the linesman. Well played, Andrea Chesnokov. Two big serves from Juice. Saves break points and comes back. And there again a picture of the Davis Cup trophy, donated by Harvard student Dwight Philly Davis, hence the name Davis Cup, way back in 1900. This the 81st year of participation for the United States. Replay of the final point. Seen quite a few unforced errors. Look at how early that ball was taken by Chesnokov. And again there, stepping inside the baseline, keeping Pete Sampras pegged right back and wide. Now switching it for the down the line shot. And again, Pete Sampras in the air as he hits the ball. As we watch an animated captain, Natalie Lepeshin. An interested crowd, ready to cheer their man on. He's going to need a bit of cheering because it's Pete Sampras with a break. 3-2 here in the second set of the opening rubber of the 1995 Davis Cup final. Well, they certainly enjoyed that point. One spectator shadow swinging for his friends. I think a clear decision from Sampras to keep up the pressure. Both opening points in this game, serve and volley. As this court gets drier as the match wears on, that tactic surely will get tougher and tougher. But it's certainly working well at the moment. Portable phone interrupting play. I've shown that a few times. Chesnokov's forehand grip heading round towards a semi-western, which is quite unusual because he does hit the forehand pretty flat. And the first signs of negative body language from the Russian as Pete Sampras secures the break and leads 4-2, second set. Which have taken just over the hour. That's a huge backhand. This shot drilled absolutely straight. That was a great get there. Bit short the approach and severely punished. That's a big flat serve for Chesnokov. A pretty emphatic game. He needed that. Just look how flat this serve is. Ball goes and beats Pete Sampras simply for pace. As I was saying, a veteran of Davis Cup play. Chesnokov, 37th Davis Cup match singles today. Made his debut way back in September 1983 against Czechoslovakia in a World Group relegation battle. As a mere 17-year-old, taking on the very talented, and here's a name from the past, Miloslav Machia, losing in 5 sets in Czechoslovakia. He's come a long way since then. There's a good record in Davis Cup. 24 matches won in singles against 12 losses. So Pete Sampras, he's had a few problems with his shirt. Still a break up here in the second set and serving with new balls, leading 4-3. So again, we see the return of the unforced error from the world's number one. 2 in this game, and it puts him in a bit of trouble, 15-30. Just wide, mark clearly left. And Pete Sampras maybe wants that to be confirmed. Chesnokov. Ooh. Well, Pete Sampras is going to have a look there. And Chesnokov has said the serve was good, it hit the line, clears the evidence and gives the point to the American. That's a nice touch. Raising the tempo again. 15-30, bit of trouble, serves an ace and puts the backhand volley away. It's going to be tough for Chesnokov. He's not going to get many chances in this match, and if that's what Sampras does, it's not a bad 3-point sequence to go from 15-30 to stretching his lead to 5-3 now, second set. It's always very difficult to tell from this man if he ever has a problem, but he certainly has been paying attention to the lower part of his back. Now, whether it is just uncomfortable, the shirt and the shorts he's wearing, I'm not sure. I hope he's not experiencing some discomfort from a potential injury. We'll have to wait and see. A little smile there from Sampras. Not for the let cord, I don't think. I think from the choice of shot off the backhand side. Ball really was kicking up very high. Should have sliced it. So important here, of course, for Chesnokov to hang on to his serve, to make the United States serve out for the second set. Despite being on a clay court, that still mentally holds true. And Chesnokov duly obliges. Holds serve, but it's the United States who lead with a break, 5-4 here at the Olympic Stadium in Moscow. Join us again after the break to see if Pete Sampras can level this opening rubber. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Olympic Stadium. Just seeing the first serve percentage and a lot of the other stats as well. Interesting there, net points 1, Sampras 16. Do well to be aware of that, and I'm sure Tim Gullickson, sitting alongside him in the chair, will be feeding him that sort of information, that when he does come to the net, his success rate is high. So the United States with a break, serving to level the match at 1-all. Big serving from Pistol Pete. Nothing Chesnokov can do about that, even on the slow dust. There it is again. Tough play from a tough man. Under a lot of pressure again in this rally. Coming up with the goods at the death. I'm sure Pete Sampras will be logging that. It's the second time he's been passed straight down the line off the double-hander from the Russian. And again, suggesting he's got a slight lower back problem. Obviously for Pete Sampras, clay court tennis the most gruelling of all the surfaces he plays on. Which is for any player. Two set points now, the United States, to level this opening rubber at a set apiece. There it is. One set all now. The Americans back on level terms. And just looking at the draw of the matches in this year's final, it makes for interesting viewing and speculation. If all the matches go to ranking, Sampras wins this opener against Chesnokov, as he should. Kafelnikov beating Courier, as he's slightly higher ranked. The doubles going again to the Russians, the higher ranked players. Sampras should win the opening reverse singles against Kafelnikov. We could end up 2 rubbers apiece going into the 5th and final rubber on Sunday. Certainly make for good viewing should it go the distance. It's a fantastic length that did the damage on that point. And again, 2 shots just inside the baseline. Pete Sampras starting to reach for a higher gear. Chesnokov has got to try and ride this storm if one is about to be brewing, and try and hang in there with the world's #1. So how quickly things turn around. Triple break point for an immediate break at the start of this 3rd set. Pete Sampras shocked at the call. Just asking Wayne McEwen if the call was correct. Wayne confirms that in his opinion it was. No argument from Pete Sampras. just gets on with the next point. Oh, you could say he wanted the break. Huge forehand winner. That's 8 out of the last 10 points for the United States. And it sees an immediate break with quite awesome power, as you see here. United States now, 1-love with a break. Third set in this opening rubber. Welcome back. So there's some stats again. Chesnokov 5-4 up on the ace count. One apiece on double faults. The lines just cleaned of any excess clay. In the background there, Alexander Volkov, Russian number 4. People just returning to their seats. Players ready. United States, 1-love with a break. Third set. Quite often see that shot from Pete Sampras on the smash. Leaps very high, snaps his wrist there. Virtually no follow through, just snaps the wrist to try to bounce the smash over the head of his opponent. Well, again, the return down at the feet of Pete Sampras, producing the half volley. The half volley inevitably hit upwards, gives you time for the pass. Chesnokov taking his chance, and pressure back now on Pete Sampras. 15-30 on his own serve. Again, we see that error on the wide running forehand from Sampras. Both feet again in the air, leaning backwards as he hits and just dragging the ball wide. And it sets up an immediate break-back chance for the Russians. 2 break points. Much to the delight of the home crowd. Chesnokov immediately breaks back, and that a big game for this 29-year-old. Pete Sampras starts to accelerate and gets his nose way out in front. Belief that I talked about earlier would soon evaporate. As yet, the match been going, as you see there on the courtside clock, 1 hour and 27 minutes. No player, or neither player rather, has really established a firm grip on the match so far. It's been a bit of a seesaw battle. Furious with himself there. This match delicately poised, doesn't want to give any cheap points away at this stage. And there, the perfect answer. Sixth ace, as you see there, for Chesnokov. And a good time to serve it. So a little run to the side of the court for Andrea Chesnokov. He's come back from a breakdown in the early part of the second set. He now leads 2-1 in this, the third set of the 1995 Davis Cup final. Sliding into the shot beautifully there for good balance. Look at Sampras by comparison. Both feet again off the ground as he makes another unforced error off his forehand. So this match very tight. We'll be right back. We're back to see P. Sampras serving at 1-2, third set. Producing his fifth ace of the match. Quite superb topspin lob winner, brilliantly executed. It's a nightmare when you have to face this shot. It was a good volley, and nothing Sampras could do about that. Didn't even bother chasing it. The topspin lob accelerates off the bounce, and you know once it's over your head, forget it, it's good night. Save your energy. The way this match is going, both players are going to need plenty of that energy. Beautiful touch. And there, Andrea Chesnokov's coach, the lady, the blonde lady on the left, Tatiana Naumko. Andrea Chesnokov's first coach, and they had quite an amazing rapport. I remember reading Chesnokov in the early days saying, after our first session, we ate dinner together, I went to bed early, had a good night's sleep, woke up, played terrible. second day. We didn't eat dinner together. I went out and had a dinner with some friends, had a few beers, went and danced a little bit, went to bed very tired, didn't have a great night's sleep, played great. And he's led his life that way ever since. And that must have been a nightmare for his coach, Titania Naumko. Goes against everything the book says. So a much better game from Pete Sampras. "12,000 people, as I was saying earlier, around this court, trying and willing Russia to their first Davis Cup title. Final, of course, for the second consecutive year. Well read. Oh, it's in. Yes. And a yell from Chesnokov. Almost could accuse him here of ball watching. Great get there. Went early, made the volley. Maybe he felt Sampras had no chance of picking that up. But what an angle. Again, an acceleration from the American. Really looking to raise his game here. On the line. Triple break point. Oh, what touch! What a shot! The Americans out the chair again. They can't believe the quality of that shot. And almost a smile from the great man himself. Just look at this again here. Just lays the wrist open. No follow through at all. The touch of a genius. And again, a run of 8 out of 9 points. See Sampras now. A break ahead again. He leads 3-2. Third set. We'll be right back. Andrea Chesnokov leaves the chair. Up against it for the time being. He's been broken twice in this set. Sampras it is with a 3-2 advantage. One set apiece if you're just joining us in the opening rubber of the 1995 Davis Cup final. Just sense that the match is starting to turn. Sampras 9 out of the last 10 points. Take that, says Andrea Chesnokov. It was almost out of anger. And the eyes darken. again, the call being questioned. Sampras and Andrei Chesnokov both been equally fair in this match. You see it again here in slow-mo. Yeah, look wide. (30-15). Again, same error from Sampras, jumping on the forehand, not staying down through the shot. Just isn't planting the lead foot strongly enough on that shot. And it is just a question of balance, which is why out of all the surfaces in the world, clay, his least favourite. He's standing a long way behind the baseline too. Just shows you how fast the serve travels. It's a good wrong footer from the Russian. Sampras unable to turn. He's fought back well. It's the second time in this third set rather, sorry. And Sampras has been on a roll, but Chesnokov has pigged him back. Nothing you can do about that. Ace number 6 for the American. Forehand really is starting to look untidy. Second game point, it's break point for the Russians. And that's what they're playing for, the marvellous Davis Cup trophy. And just when you think his forehand's becoming brittle, he comes up with a cracker. That's a nice variation of serve too. Much slower pace, a lot more slice, and getting a much greater angle out wide. Survives the scare of the break point and puts America into a 4-2 lead now. in this third set in the opening rubber. Just over an hour and a half played. We're not quite through 3 sets. I knew the return was short and punished. Can often happen at 40 love. You half think the game's over. Sloppy error, double fault, and suddenly the game's alive again. Oof. It's a long way out and looked very uncomfortable. Good view of this huge arena here in Moscow. The Olympic Stadium, home of many sporting events, none less than indoor football here for the national side. So as we see a replay of this final untidy forehand from Pete Sampras. It is Sampras and the United States. 4-3, third set. You're back with our first view of Andre Agassi supporting the American team. A new look haircut. Always different. With a break, Pete Sampras, United States, 4-3, third set.
Oh,
that's a great shot off such a good length from Sampras. Slightly slower in behind the approach that time, the American. And it just left enough room. Performed extremely well so far, has Chesnokov, belying his ranking of 90. He's playing a lot better than that. Again, good view of the pace. 7th ace for Pete Sampras and his biggest and quickest serve to date. That one well up to the 200 Ks. noticeable in that point, as the United States secure a 5-3 lead, that Sampras off his backhand side is always solid on his right leg into the shot, but very much off the ground with the forehand. And that's why the unforced errors have come from that side. Russia serving to stay in this third set. Well, it might have been a let cord, but the point was never in doubt there. Pete Sampras hungry for the early ball. Look at the slice on that volley. 2 points now from a 2-1 lead. Little movement there with the arm afterwards, just as I say, shadow swinging what he should have done. There's a lesson there for everybody watching. When you miss a shot, shadow swing how to make it better. Don't dwell on the fact that you missed it. That's tough play from Chesnokov. Taking that shot right at the top of the bounce for what is his favourite shot, the backhand down the line. 30-all. It's just wide. Third double from the Russian. And it gives the Americans a set point. So 3 service breaks to 1 in America's favour, secures the third set. The American faithful out of their seats to applaud their man. 2-1 now, the States lead in the opening rubber. Andrei Chesnokov in his last Davis Cup match, coming from 2-1 down in that epic match against Michael Stich. That's exactly what he's got to do again here. He's got to come back from that deficit of 2-1 down. Stay with us to see if in fact he can do that. We'll be right back.